Tuesday night, and how much did that hurt?
Um, a lot, obviously. I think the highs were very high and the lows after were very low. I think if you ask anyone in the locker room, I think we just weren't prepared to be sitting here in front of you guys today and talk about our season. Um, Obviously, it stings a lot, but I think we did everything we can in the last 3 games to give ourselves a chance. And other than that, I think you just got to give credit to the other team because they got it done and we didn't. And obviously, as much as it hurts right now, I think we can learn a lot from that.
Moritz, how much does this reset or raise expectations going into next season that you do make the playoffs based on how close you came this season?
I think that's definitely a big challenge for us next year to eliminate those kind of mistakes we did in the past to give ourselves an even better chance of getting in. But I think the team will be looking a little bit different as every year. And I think once we have a roster in place, I think then you can talk about expectations again. As of right now, I think we just should be really proud of our effort. I think we still overachieved from what other people thought, and that's a big credit to our locker room.
Moritz, I know team defense was supposed to be a strength coming into the season, but in the end, you finished pretty much where you did last year in terms of goals against. Just how important is it? I mean, I imagine that's the number one priority going into next season. What do you have to do to improve in that area?
I mean, it's easy to say just play better defense. We just, I think there were games where we did a really good job of not letting their skill take over, get to important areas of the ice that easily, and I think there were times during the year where we just gave way too much time and space, and that's when things are going downhill. That's where mistakes are about to happen, and I think that's one of the biggest keys we got to focus on is trying to keep them to the outside, try to close as quick as possible, and obviously then we just got to be a little more dirty, blocking shots, and then also just boxing out and giving our goaltender the best chance of making a save.
Mo, how would you assess?
evaluate your personal season and the steps that you've taken?
All right, I think there's always more. Other than that, I think I'm really happy though. It was another 82 game season. No injuries, nothing's bugging me, so that's definitely a big plus. I think there's a lot more to my game that's gonna be growing in the next few years, and obviously you just want to take another step for next season. But as of right now, I think I'm confident enough to say that I'm pretty happy with the outcome of my personal season.
Can you elaborate on what areas you want to grow in?
Especially I think moving the puck up ice, reading the play, don't being too physical sometimes. I think sometimes it's easier to just have a good stick on someone than rather throw a hit out there, and those are little things I think they're easy to maneuver throughout next year.
Well, what was this experience like for you? What was this experience like for you on a personal level? We always hear, they're going to learn. The young guys are going to learn from this. What was a playoff run finally for you? Can you compare it to anything else you've ever experienced in your hockey career?
I mean, not on NHL level. I think it's the closest I think a lot of the guys have come to. It was great. It was the coolest games we definitely played in those kind of months during the season, and they're definitely meaning a lot more. And it was definitely a great run, and I think I'm first of all proud to be part of that team.
What did you learn about yourself as a player? I mean, were there times where you had to reassess your game, look things over? Were you more a student of the game as the games became more and more important?
No, not really. I think you just wanna go out there, be out there, and play as many minutes as you can. Don't even think about what could happen next. Just trying to stay in every single shift, trying to be mentally engaged, and then I think everything else will kind of fall into his way. Because I think if you overthink the moment, I think then you may be a second too late, or you will definitely do a mistake out there against the best line.
Well, I think the numbers say you took the toughest minutes in the NHL this season. What was that challenge like for you?
It's a cool challenge. I think I take a lot of pride in that. I want to be out there. Obviously, it's hard and mistakes are gonna happen. I think that's natural, because otherwise, I think there wouldn't be any kind of goals in the NHL anymore. And so I think I'm even more ready for next year already. You just kind of create a data bank against every top line in the league. You know what their tendencies are, and yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun being out there, important situations, playing big minutes for this organization.
Did you prep individually for like, see McKinnon tonight, this is what he does, or do you just try to go and play, a similar way against kind of all of them?
Kind of similar way, but I mean there are definitely things you gotta look out for. I mean, one bad crossover against those kind of guys and you get burned. I think, for example, with the New York line, I mean, Panarin always has a tendency to pull up very easily and try to find late guys. Marchand always tries to pull in and toe drags around you. And those are little things you just try to remember going into the game. But then in the moment, you don't even think about it. You just try to play your best hockey, and then you see where that heads. I mean, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on during the year. I'm very excited. It's the first time we can actually do something like that. I mean, I get both sides. In the end, it's a business, and I think I'm confident to say I think I'll be a Red Wing for next year, and that's what matters the most.
Moritz, you brought up 82 games. There was a game down the stretch, Derek said, it was your turn to have that flu bug that was going around. Did you know all day there was no way you were going to miss no matter how you felt?
Yeah, I mean, I had a rough night. I was in the hospital the next morning, but we sorted things out, and I was ready to go tonight, and that's, I mean, I want to play for that team. I want to play for that locker room, and I think everyone else would have done the same thing. And yeah, I mean, I want to play, and if I'm not injured, I think I'm going to go out there and play. If we sort out some insurance things and some policies, I think I would be more than happy to play. If that's not the case, I think you gotta be smart and responsibility also of not risking anything, because obviously there's a lot of involvement on both sides for that tournament, and the last thing you want to do is going out of that injured and don't have a contract for next year. And if we sort things out, I think I would be more than happy to play for Germany for sure.
Well, so much talk throughout the season just about the resiliency of this group. What do you think allowed that you guys tap into that consistently throughout the season?
I think we just know what we have in that locker room. We have so much talent and so much more grit than I think we sometimes were able to show. And that's, I think, why we showed everybody we can always come back and still win a game. And I mean, we did it in the last two games. I think we probably played a little bit nervous and still found a way to get 4 points out of those games, and that definitely mattered when we needed it the most. And hopefully that's something we can take away from this year, that at least we never quit, and I think that's something to be proud of.
Well, with the, you're only 3 years removed from breaking into the league and having to sort out, you know, how to play. With that in mind, with what Simon Edmondson did down the stretch here, like, what were your impressions of how he adjusted to that?
He was great. He was a big part of our team. He was a big part of why we're winning, and he's going to be a big part of that organization. And I would hope to maybe get a chance playing with him one day. Obviously, I think it would be pretty cool. And then you just got to see if that works out or not. I think that could be a pretty cool D pair for the Red Wings. But I was very impressed. I wasn't really surprised, to be honest. I think everyone kind of knew what he's going to bring to our team. I mean, he's a big, strong skater. He can pass the puck really well. Isn't afraid of blocking shots, of throwing his body around, and also has a little dynamic element for his offense. And that's definitely something that helped us.
Well, is there going to be, the team was a lot better. You guys really made a gallant run, and fan interest is high. But is there one moment or one particular game or something that might gnaw away at you all this off season, making you want to be better, to make you go into the gym when you don't want to? Anything that, deep inside, it's just you just still can't forget.
Yeah, I mean, you win a hockey game and you're still eliminated, and that was a rough moment to not get the best of your emotions, even though you did not want to know what the score was on the other side there, but yeah, the broadcaster was just too close, and we got a little inside before we were heading into the shootout, and obviously that we still got it done, but that was a tough moment, and you just don't want to be handcuffed and putting pressure on other teams to make the right decisions. And we want to be in that situation for next year. We want to make the moves, we want to make the calls, and we want to have the destiny in our own hands and not in someone else's.
Well, on the contract topic, you said you get both sides. I guess what's your sense of how far apart those sides might be, and how confident are you that can be bridged for a longer term?
Very confident. I think it's not a big secret. I want to be a Red Wing, and I think I'm also confident enough that I could be a good asset for this organization, and that really matters for me. And I think then you can talk as long as you want about numbers and lengths and how long a contract should be, but if those two first part fits well, and they do, then I'm pretty confident we've got something done.
You prefer something longer term then rather than shorter, just because you want to stay here a long time or whatnot?
I think it's always a big dream for every player to be in a franchise for a long time. If that's gonna work out, then it's obviously great. But also, I don't know. Yeah, either way, I think you would just want to be here. If that's multiple contracts, then that's fine with me too. But obviously, I just want to be part of that team, of that locker room. Want to play in front of those fans, and then I think we'll be all right. Thank you.